is Emmanuela, and our organization is called Amani Creatives. Amani Creatives develops, promotes, and profiles art of African styles. We also create platforms for artists practicing or performing African arts and culture. It started out of frustration, really, and passion, of course. Actually, I had this idea. I was thinking, because when I first got here, I said, I've always been an artist. And I said, I'll keep doing what I love doing, which is art. But I was struggling to launch and to develop my career. So one day I thought maybe it's because I still have in my head I'm thinking in here it's going to work the way it worked back home. Back home, most of the time, there will be a producer who will take charge of everything. And we know nowadays, of course, it can still be that way, but it's hard. Nowadays, you have to invest in yourself, in your career. You have to be your own producer. So I thought, instead of waiting someone to come around and do something with me or for me, let me try to do that thing. So I spoke to a friend, and I was like, I'd like to start organizing my own gigs, and I'll see if bit by bit I can create my own audience, I can connect with other artists and so on. And it was actually, I too have that idea. And I said, let's talk to few friends, few artists we know locally, and see what they think about the idea. And in the end, it was like around 7 local artists of African styles who said, yeah, we like the idea, so let's try to make it work. And that's how it started. Basically, as refugees ourselves, not all of us, because actually when we're talking about Amani as a platform for artists of African styles, it's not about African artists. It's about artists practicing and performing African arts. And obviously, most of them have refugee backgrounds. So the way we work with them, we already personally know problems the community of refugee artists are having. But also, we go out there to meet with them, talk with them about their problems, their struggles, their challenges, their ambitions. So basically, we talk with them because of course, we might share similar problems, but when it comes to problems, they are sometimes individuals. So we talk with them. It's them who knows exactly what's going on and what they think, what they lack. Within refugee communities, sometimes people can be stressed, frustrated, suspicious. Sometimes some may seem they've lost faith. They don't believe anymore in their dreams, in something. And they might be like not that warm to ideas, to your plans, to whatever you bring into them. So those are some of the challenges. Of course, there are other challenges, including everybody nowadays, financially, it's a problem. But I think for refugee communities, it's even double or even triple. We've got problems like language barriers, and people are new, not only to the country, but also to the country's systems, includes the art industry, art fields. So those are some of the challenges we come across. When we come across those people who are frustrated, suspicious, we try to explain to them, we understand, because we used to be frustrated and suspicious, but we try to talk to them about our own stories, our own lives, and also for challenges like language barrier, because sometimes it's necessary to have like interpreters. We do that, but also we just encourage people to learn English, to improve their English, to practice their English. And when it comes to finances, to finances, to money, again, we use our example. We didn't wait for funding, for a budget. We used what we had. Of course, in the end, we had, sometimes you can say it's enough, I've got my PA, I've got my guitar, my max, but you need even just small amount of cash, because when it comes to things like hiring a space, you'll have to have cash. So sometimes we have to contribute from our own pockets. So we just try to explain again, to show again. And also, like I said, we just say we understand the challenges is that we don't have opportunities, but now it's time to create our own opportunities. Just encourage people and try to inspire them. Sometimes I know, sometimes we do have good ideas, but because it's not about us, it's about those people. They should suggest project activities because they know better. It's their lives, it's their ambitions, it's their challenges. So I'd advise them to do a lot of consultations, to really consult those communities, those people, and also to plan everything with them. And another thing, to give them leadership. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense, it's about people, but people are always in the background, they are not on the front. So those are some of the advices I would give. Whenever we've staged a showcase, a live performance, or we've got a workshop, a session, we always make sure we've got time to get people's feedback, their comments, their suggestions. We've got evaluation forms, paper, online. Yeah, we always do monitoring and evaluations. Manchester, you might still lack support, but at least you've got that opportunity to try your ideas. That's what I love about Manchester. You can try out your dreams. Are they going to be supported? Are they going to work out? That's another story. But at least you've got that opportunity. That's what I love about Manchester. And in Manchester, it's like people who really love art, understand art. So Manchester is a good place, particularly for artists. Try to reflect in their decisions, in their policies, what we lack in. Maybe good awareness about refugees, immigration, and positive things about refugees and immigrants, because also maybe the existing policies, stuff out there, they're portraying people negatively, so you can't blame the population. They are going with what's around them. So it should start up there when they are making their decisions, policies, agendas, if they can reflect the truth about refugees and immigration. We've started our organization from scratch with our own resources, so we can show someone else how we did it. Then it could be a model. First of all, again, funding. That's one barrier. Another barrier, most of the things refugees we do are categorized non-mainstream. And when something is non-mainstream, nobody wants to invest in it, because somehow they feel like maybe they won't get a return, a profit out of it, because it's not mainstream. You've got your dream, your idea, try to make it happen by yourselves. Of course, we all need support. At some point, you might need people, you might need things. But first of all, don't rely on anybody, on anything. Try to do with whatever you've got and who you are. That's one thing. And also, we've shown people maybe it's time to start working more in partnership, in collaboration, in collectives. But the resources are limited. So sometimes maybe it's better we work like a collective. Presently, we're working with local communities to set up this community cohesion choir. The idea is just with what's going on, particularly since after the vote for Brexit, we know what happened, how tensions are high, communities are divided, and there is a rise in numbers of incidents towards particularly people of color, refugees, asylum seekers. And then we thought, if things continue like this, basically, there is a threat to peaceful cohabitation. So we thought maybe it's time to do activities which will protect cohesion in the community, which will promote friendship, just to prevent even worse. So that was the initial idea. So we're recruiting people from different communities who are interested in singing. Then together, it's just we write together our own songs, or we just rearrange existing songs based on who we are and what we've got. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Art in itself, it's a voice, and we know that refugee communities, they don't have a voice. They are kind of a voiceless community. So art becomes their voice. Through art, they can express themselves. They can be heard. Then art in itself, it's a platform. Through art, for once, they can have space, an audience to talk to share with whatever they have to share. And through art, bridges are built between people and communities. Whenever there is a festival, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's an African festival, an Asian, or a European festival. Every people just will come. And then arts, it's imagination, it's creativity. So in that context, again, art can help refugee communities to try to become imaginative and creative.